Robert Gagne was an American educational psychologist. He was most known for his conditions of learning theory. Robert Gagne said that someone simply doing something didn't necessarily show that they had learned to do that thing. He believed that for someone to have learned something, they had to show that there was a change in what they were doing between the beginning of instruction and the end of instruction. There's two parts to the conditions of learning theory. There's the 9 events of instruction and the 5 categories of learning outcomes.
First, let's talk about the 9 events of instruction.
Stage 1 is the stage of gaining attention.
It gets the attention of students so they are ready to learn what the teacher is about to teach them. It can be an auditory stimulus,
Seatbelts, everyone!
or a visual stimulus. Stage 2 is informing the learners of the objective. It's where the teacher describes or demonstrates what the students will be able to do after the lesson.
Stage 3 is stimulating the recall of information. This is where the teacher investigates what the student already knows. That way, the teacher can know if the student's performance was a result of learning, or because they knew how to do it before.
Stage 4 is presenting the stimulus. This is where the teacher demonstrates how to do the thing they want to teach. Stage 5 is providing learning guidance. This is where the teacher tries to make the thing that they are teaching as meaningful as possible to the lives of the students.
Stage 6 is eliciting performance. This is where the teacher asks the student to demonstrate the new skill.
Stage 7 is providing feedback. And this is where the teacher tells the learner how they're doing and how they can improve. Stage 8 is assessing performance. This is where the teacher checks to see whether the learner is doing something differently than they were before the instruction.
Stage 9 is enhancing retention and transfer. This is where the teacher asks the student to demonstrate the new skill. This is both at varied intervals and varied contexts.
If you think these sound familiar, it's because they are. Remember that pie chart we did in Nancy's social studies class? Or the lesson plans we've been talking about in Ron's class? Well, it's pretty much the same thing with different names. Next, there's the 5 categories of learning outcomes.
First, there's intellectual skills. This is knowing how, such as speaking a foreign language.
Second is verbal information. This is knowing that. These are things like knowing that Julie Corkett is our psych and special ed professor, or being able to label a map of internal organs.
Third is cognitive strategies. This is how a learner manages the process of learning, remembering, and thinking. such as being able to devise a corporate plan.
Fourth is motor skills. These are the precise, smooth, and accurately timed movements involving the use of muscles, such as driving a car or playing a sport.
Fifth is attitudes. This is what influences the choices a person makes, like being kind, a good citizen, or love of one's country.
So the 9 events of instruction are the stages of teaching, and the 5 categories of learning outcomes are what the student learns. Thanks for watching!